Alright, video game warriors, welcome back to our Soul Reaver 2 Remastered 100% walkthrough. This is episode 3, hopefully you're doing alright. Let's get cracking on. So we have the Light Forge to do in this episode. So let's jump into it. There are some weapons that we need to look out for once again, as we're going for that achievement, which is using each type of weapon in the game to defeat an enemy. And we will need to use the Dark Reaver in this episode as well as part of the puzzles and stuff. There's the glide again. So on this bit, just whip out the old Dark Reaver and pop it into here. You can see one of the weapons just in front of us. It's like the trident type weapon just down there. And I think there is also some kind of axe or something, if I remember correctly. We're going to go Spectral. So we can shift through here. This dungeon is a little bit trickier than the previous dungeon, but still it's not too bad. But yeah, it's still... Maybe we can steal that out now. I thought we could steal it and then escape, but I guess not. Looks like it's time for the old one too. Once again with the combat, I don't know why, but sometimes like running around them and just, you know, waving your Reaver around is the easier way to fight them. Sometimes they're a bit more aggressive if you lock on and auto face them directly in front of them. Anyway, we can get out of there, go into physical. So we've already defeated an enemy using the sword that he's got. So let's get this axe. Yoink. We haven't defeated an enemy using this axe, so we'll use this. Don't forget you can use heavy attacks as well with Y if you want to. There we go, so that's that one. Just grab that soul. And we might as well do this guy as well whilst we're here. Also, if you double tap the heavy attack, it does like a second move in the combo. So there's not just one attack, you can actually press it twice. And it does a second attack in the combo. Anyway, we've used that axe now to defeat some enemies, so that's good, that's that one. Done, sorted. I think the actual forge itself kind of starts through this door just up ahead. So let's jump on in here. Yeah, just another door we have to go through actually. So we actually get the Light Reaver just down there where you can see that statue thing. But for now we're just going to go Spectral and jump on in. Let me know, video game warriors, how you're getting on with Soul Reaver. If you've got any questions about this game, anything to do with the mechanics or whatever, then feel free to let me know in the comments. So for this bit, I think what we do, if memory serves, I'm just trying to think where the portal is. I think it's up ahead. So, just in case we need the soul here, I'm not sure if there's any more souls just up ahead, so I might as well grab it here whilst we got it. I think the portal is just directly down here. So let's push on forward. Once again with this dungeon, it's you basically just go one side of the dungeon and then the opposite side of the dungeon. We do get to see the Dark Reaver's sort of like extra ability in just a sec. So up on the wall here, you'll see this like giant eye. And what this does, well, this cutscene basically shows us what it does. It just, it basically just destroys anything that's underneath it. So if we do that, we will also be destroyed. So we need to get the Dark Reaver, and we need to do like a projectile shot into the eye to get it to go away. I think we've got a trident here. We haven't defeated an enemy using this trident, so let's grab this to make sure we're working our way towards the achievement. We are, of course, going to be completing the game in under 6 hours, so we've got to kind of get a move on really to make sure we get it completed in under 6 hours. So that's that one defeated with the trident. I think we've also still got to get the achievement for defeating 30 enemies using the Soul Reaver, so we probably should do that as well, but don't worry too much about that one because you'll get it naturally as you play through anyway. Don't forget that the torch is a weapon to use, so the torch on the wall there, if you haven't got that one, then grab the torch from the wall. But yeah, let me know how you're getting on with Soul Reaver, video game warriors. Are you enjoying Soul Reaver 2? Have you got a favourite out of Soul Reaver 1 and Soul Reaver 2? Okay, so what we need to do here is, I believe what we should do first is push this into this side. Over here. There we go. And we'll do this section first. I think I'm just going to take this guy out because he's going to get in the way. I think they just, you know, when you try and push this block and stuff, they kind of just, they just get in the way. So I'm just going to delete him. So we're going to head through here, and I think there's one of those like shield type enemies. So we'll just grab this shield. Don't forget to defeat an enemy using the trident like we did earlier, and also the axe. Because you need to get those in this forge, otherwise I don't think you can find those weapons anywhere else in the game. So like, you literally have to use them in this specific forge. I hope that we get Blood Omen and Blood Omen 2 remasters. Well, to be fair, I think Blood Omen, the first one, probably could do with like a full-on remake from the ground up. That would be so cool if we got that. Blood Omen 2 I don't think would take too much doing, because it just needs a graphical and a quality of life upgrade really. Blood Omen 2. Blood Omen 1 needs like a massive overhaul if they was going to make it modern. Well, if they was going to change the style of the game. Anyway, what we do here is we pop the key item onto this pedestal here. I'm just going to get rid of these because they just get in the way. Where's he gone? And then I think what we should do is move this so the light is facing this door, so we can push on through here. But yeah, video game warriors, let me know if you've got a favourite game in a series. Have you played all of the Legacy of Kain games? Let me know if you've got a favourite one. I think for me, probably, I would say Soul Reaver 1 is my favourite, I think, although I do really like the stealth kills in Blood Omen 2. So for here, you just pop through this gate, go Spectral Realm. Just going to skip through this. Nothing too crazy in this room. All we have to do really is jump up here. This is where my fear of the glide button not working comes in. It's not worked again. I don't know if I'm pressing that too early or too late, perhaps. Or the controller is on its way out, but I feel like it doesn't always work. But let me know. It doesn't. This is where the glide fear is coming in strong here. Please work. It's not worked, but we should still be able to make it, I think. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you have the trouble with the glide button there. I don't know if it's just my controller perhaps, or I just feel like sometimes when you're kind of like at the top of the jump, the actual glide doesn't initiate straight away, which sometimes can be horrendous if you're trying to make like massive jumps. But yeah, not sure if it's just my controller or what, to be fair. Not sure. Anyway, you've got the trident and the axe here, so if you still need to get those, then grab one of the weapons. Take out these enemies. And we're just going to work our way back. Don't forget to be absorbing souls with the Reaver. We still need to do that as well. And I mentioned it in a previous episode, but there's no sort of like collectibles in this one in terms of like the similar to Soul Reaver 1 where you collect pizza slices. You don't get them in Soul Reaver 2, so you don't have to worry about missing collectibles, as there's no collectibles to miss, so you're good. So here all we do really is defeat that little spirit thing, and then this activates this dark font, so now we get access to the Dark Reaver, which we use in a couple of different places here. You can open this. I don't really think I actually don't really think there's a massive use for opening this, to be totally honest, but you know, might as well open it whilst we're here. You know, why not? But what you actually have to do is backtrack a bit, and once again, this bit's not always massively obvious, especially in the original PlayStation 2 version. It wasn't massively obvious what to do here, but they've made this quite shiny. So you just pull this block out. I think it just pulls out once, if memory serves. Yeah, and then you can jump up and jump up again. And we head back. You want to ideally have the Dark Reaver here as well, because we need to be using the Dark Reaver. So make sure to drop down there, get the Dark Reaver at the font, and then work your way back up this section. We've got a Dark Reaver thingy to use. It just gets as a key item, I think. I don't know why, but you have to do like a little jump there. I think that just kind of glitched us out of the animation there. But we should be good. Probably should take out that enemy first, really, before activating that Dark Reaver bridge. We just got an achievement, feed the Reaver 30 times. Nice one. So that's that one that I mentioned earlier. You don't really have to worry too much about that, because the Reaver will basically do the job for you throughout your playthrough. You don't really have to sweat it. Yeah, just give those guys the old Reaver treatment. Let's grab that. So we get this key item, drop on down, whip it into this pedestal thing here. That opens up a little bit more of the dungeon. Ideally, you don't want to go spectral as well, because if you go spectral, then I think you lose the element that the Reaver is. So, you know, you want to be holding on to the Dark Reaver at this point, because that door that we just opened there, you can only open that door using the Dark Reaver. So you've got to make sure to hold on to it, and this door as well. So I'm just going to open this now in case we do get pushed into Spectral, because if we do get pushed into Spectral, it means we've got to go all the way back to that font. And this block here as well. But my guess in terms of what they will do next with this series, I think they'll probably do a remaster of Defiance. That would be... I would say that would probably be the easiest move for them to make. Defiance Remaster. My prediction anyway. And then after that, probably a Blood Omen 2 Remaster. They would be the easiest to do in terms of like game development stuff. So let's whip that across there. So Blood Omen 2 Remaster and Defiance Remaster, I predict. In terms of like developing a game and looking at code and stuff like that, I would say that they would be the easiest to do, because a lot of the code will just be the same. It just needs a little bit of touch up. And the graphics will need a little bit of a touch up as well. Just trying to think what's next. Please don't push us into the Spectral. So we're going to push this block across. Over here. And that should activate that stuff. So that's both sides of this thing activated, and it opens this gate. I'm just going to skip that. There we go. And what we can do now is, because we have the Dark Reaver, we can shoot a projectile at this eye. Ideally, you probably want to have a bit more health than I've got here, because there's loads of enemies that pop up. Ideally, we could do with getting a little bit more health back, but I think what I'm going to do is just risk it. And we need to shoot a projectile at this eye up here. So we're going to have to do this really quickly. There we go. Grab this. As soon as you grab this key item, all of the enemies will go away. So you don't need to worry too much about it, but I mean, you've got to be quite quick if you want to do that projectile thing. So once again, with the projectiles, if you've not seen the previous episodes of this series, you just hold down right trigger to manually aim, and then you hold down Y, and then you let go of Y, and that will shoot a projectile. Obviously the Reaver has to be the Dark Reaver there to sort of like defeat that eye, otherwise it just won't work. So let's pop this in to this section down here. Also, video game warriors, if you are enjoying this video and you're enjoying this series and stuff, then please pop the video a like. I would massively appreciate it. It really helps out the video and helps out the channel. Let's pop this key item in here. That is that. So now we have access to the Light Reaver. Oh, go and press the thing first, and then you have access to the Light Reaver. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so now we have access to the Light Reaver, and you get a health upgrade there as well. Like I mentioned, you just naturally get the health upgrades as you play through. Let's pop back. But yeah, do pop a like if you enjoy the video and stuff. It does genuinely help out the video and help out the channel and stuff, so massively appreciate it. And subscribe if you want to see more game guides and videos, boss guides and stuff from me. I do loads of different guides. Oh no, I don't want this. Yeah, I've covered hundreds and hundreds of games on the channel, so if you ever want any guides, I think there's like 1,200 videos uploaded. Got like Ninja Gaiden uploaded. That's Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, 3. Got Sekiro, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, Neo 2. It's an indie game called Thymesia, which I recommend. I think it's really good. Lots of different stuff, really. Obviously, I've got a Soul Reaver 1 walkthrough as well. Once again, with this, it's just a case of holding down right trigger, holding down Y, make sure you've got the Light Reaver. Just shoot this purple thing. That's all there is to it. So now that we've got the Light Reaver, we've got access to a few more bits and bobs, so let's go do that. Let me know in the comments as well if you've played any of those games that I've covered, or you're interested in playing those games like Sekiro. I highly recommend Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, 3 if you've not played that. It's such a good series. And we're also getting a new Ninja Gaiden game next year, which is awesome. It's made by the developers of Blasphemous, which also is a really good game. Blasphemous, I highly recommend that if you've not played it. Nosgoth, so beautiful. Okay, cool. So with this bit, I think what the game kind of forces you to do here is grab a checkpoint. I think it kind of like wants you to get a checkpoint, so it closes that gate on purpose down there so that you have to go here and press this lever again, and this opens the gate. You also have to have the Light Reaver. It's always a bit tricky to see this gate. Yeah, so make sure you've got the Light Reaver at this point, because we're going to use the Light Reaver in just a sec. And it's also worth popping a save, so we're going to jump up here. And pop a save. Make sure to be using different save slots as well. Just keep dropping down the save slot each and every time, because it just makes it a lot easier. Like if there's a glitch or a bug or something. This one here. I'm just going to save it again over that slot because I want to see what time we're on currently for this run. So 1:05. Cool. So yeah, we need to have the Light Reaver, so make sure to have that bad boy with you, and we're going to just rinse and repeat that process of shooting the Light Reaver at this purple thing. Like so. So manual aim, hold down Y, let go of Y, blast that. And essentially that's kind of like the theme of Soul Reaver 2. You'll notice it's basically like go to a dungeon, get a Reaver upgrade, then sort of like come out of the dungeon, backtrack a little bit. Now the Reaver can unlock a certain place, and just rinse and repeat that basically. And there's this game's pretty heavy on the cutscenes and stuff, and the story and stuff. Not like that's a bad thing, because the story is like one of the best stories I've ever seen in my life, and I've played video games a lot. I've played many video games and seen many video game stories, and this is probably one of the best video game stories that exists, like literally on the face of the planet. It's so good. It's kind of up there. One of my favorite stories, one of my favorite sort of games that is you know, very story based is Final Fantasy IX. I just think the characters on Final Fantasy IX are just so good, and the character development and stuff. Such an awesome game, especially Vivi is my favorite character on Final Fantasy IX. Okay, so in this Sarafan section here, there's not really too much going off. It's basically just a case of kind of tracing your steps back, really. So you kind of like work your way backwards through the Sarafan stronghold. Really important cutscene here. So make sure to check out that cutscene if you've not seen it before. And the voice acting in this game as well, especially for the time, like the voice acting is so good, so good. You gotta imagine like 1998, 1999. The voice acting was just next level stuff, especially if you compare it with some of the other voice acting that was out at the time, such as like House of the Dead 2, which is quite possibly the worst voice acting in a video game ever. I don't know if you've ever played House of the Dead 2, but it's pretty terrible. So, you know, comparing Soul Reaver with House of the Dead 2 voice acting, it's just a completely different, on a completely different level. So with this bit, once again, nothing too crazy. You're basically just backtracking all the way through the Sarafan stronghold. Just keep on working your way through. Some fights you will have to fight, and some you can skip here. But with the powered up Reaver, I mean, it don't take too long. It's just a quick couple of swings of the Reaver. So let's pop on through here. A few more enemies. But yeah, hopefully we do get some more games in the series. Let me know in the comments, Video Game Warriors, if you're you know, wanting some more games in the Legacy of Kain series. Do you have a favourite? Do you have a prediction for like what game might be remastered next, or do you think there's going to be a new game in the series? If there is a new game in the series, what do you predict it's going to be? Like, which character do you think you'll play as? Stuff like that. There's so much that they can do with it, which is awesome. Even just playing as like a vampire hunter or something like that, going on like missions and stuff. I would enjoy that. I'd pretty much enjoy anything from this IP, to be fair. They could feed me anything, like Nosgoth supermarket sweep or something like that. I'd still play it. So here, there's nothing too crazy once again. We need to grab the Light Reaver, however. So make sure to grab that on your way in. Also, Video Game Warriors, I am releasing my own video game on Steam called Loki the Lynx. It is a 2D platformer collectathon. The game should be out in 2025. I've taught myself how to make video games in 2024, so I now have the power to make video games, which is awesome. And I'm making games in Godot currently. Feel free to wishlist Loki the links on Steam if you are into platformer collectathons video game warriors. I would appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. So here, there's nothing too crazy. It's basically just pop the light Reaver at this door. A little bit of a cutscene with Mobius. And then Mobius has now transported us into a different time. And I think what we shall do here, Video Game Warriors, is wrap up this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.